All right. So 5 common excuses women use from their past and how we use these in our marriages to pull our husbands in, suck our husbands into our victim stories, and they are untouchable. So even if our husband says, yeah, I know that happened, and I've known other people that's happened to, and they can make changes, why can't she, or she doesn't use this as an excuse with her friend Susie, is to start to see these are just excuses and we can overcome them if we want to. So 5 common excuses women use from the past to blame the issues in the marriage on. Number 1, the problem in our marriage, fill in the blank of whatever problem. Can be a multitude of different problems. Number 1, the problem in our marriage is because I was in an abusive relationship for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. I've learned with women and myself the time frame we put on things of I was with someone and it was an abusive relationship for 10 years. That time frame is the kicker that allows us to exaggerate and dramatize what we went through. And again, it doesn't mean that these things didn't happen. The problem is how we use them as our excuse in life and to create that victim story. Number 2, the problem in our marriage, again, fill in the blank, is because I had an alcoholic dad who was abusive to my mom. Or I had a narcissistic mother who was emotionally unstable. You can also flip those. I had a narcissistic dad who was emotionally unstable. I had an alcoholic mother. Those are very, very common excuse we will use from our past. Number 3, the problem in our marriage is because my parents divorced and I come from a broken home. So I never had a healthy relationship modeled to me. Or big buzzword right now and big buzz theory that I'm going to do a show on soon. Because I come from a broken home and my parents divorced, I have attachment issues. Fill in the blank of what we say the experience was that causes us to have X, Y, or Z problem. Number 4 of a common excuse women use from their past. My dad left, my dad left, and my mom worked all the time. So I had to raise my siblings and grow up at a young age. Again, you can flip these. My mom left, my dad was gone and had to work all the time. So I had to raise my siblings and grew up at a young age. Number 5, the problem in our marriage is because I had sexual trauma from my childhood. That's one of the most untouchable ones. And what's really interesting is a lot of men that I talk to, I didn't learn, things with sex were great when we met, even in the beginning of our marriage. And then like 2 years ago, she started going to therapy and now she's remembering the sexual trauma she has. And that's why she has these hangups in sex. Again, not saying these things didn't happen, but it's how we use them as an excuse to not change and hold on to the issues and perpetuate our unhealthy behaviors. And that one is an untouchable one. So what we want to realize is that, again, not saying that these don't happen, because they are actually very common in the human experience. Doesn't make them right or okay, but they're very common. But the problem is when we hold on to them and then we continue to embellish what happened and add to it to solidify and make the story ironclad and completely untouchable, So we always have the excuses. And how these excuses play out in a marriage between a woman and a good man is, this is why I can't. So take any of those excuses. This is why I can't be emotionally adjusted. This is why I spend so much money and can't control my spending and be on a budget. This is why I can't show you love. This is why I can't be affectionate and engage in physical touch with you. This is why I can't receive love. This is why I'm distant and cold. This is why I don't want sex or can't have sex. This is why I'm emotionally unstable. This is why I get so frustrated and overwhelmed being a mom. This is why I lash out. Fill in the blank. Again, any problem we have, this is why I can't. And that's a very, very difficult place to live, and there's no change there. That's the purpose of the victim story. And then again, we can feel sorry for ourselves. We don't have to step up. We don't have to make something of ourselves. We don't have to take accountability. We can just do what we want and have free reign, and then manipulate others, especially our husbands, to get you to back off, to feel sorry for us, to walk on eggshells, to avoid bringing up the issues and the problems. And if you try to, one of the most common tactics that we use is crying. It's like you touch one of these wounds and poke at it and suggest we need to change, and then we start crying and getting emotional, and a good man's like, whoa, sorry, don't want to re-traumatize you. And we manipulate you with our crying and getting emotional. That's Camp Victim. Again, what we want to do is move to Camp Take Responsibility, to normalize our past. Unfortunately and sadly, these are common experiences we go through as humans. It's just life. So that we can use them and reframe our past and embrace it to grow and learn, so that we no longer use it to define who we are, and then it can push us into becoming all we can be and find the gifts in our past. It's a choice. We have to wake up and realize it's a choice. Hello again. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch today. For those women listening who know you are the problem and you want a path forward to change your woman ways and truly be happy in yourself, I have a course for women called the Happiness Program. And the Happiness Program teaches you to resolve the unhealthy relationship you have with yourself, so that you can be the solution to the issues and challenges in your marriage and your life. You can find the link in the description below to learn more about the course and apply to enroll. For the good men listening who want a way to take back the power you've unknowingly given away to your wives, I also have a course for you called the Marriage Rescue Course for Good Men Only. And the course teaches you how to rebuild your strength and confidence so that you can navigate the relationship with your wife in a healthy, constructive way. Again, you can find the link below in the description to learn more about the course and apply to enroll. Again, thank you so much for watching today, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.